Welcome to my home studio. Jason Whitlock here. Got a great take for you on Lamar Jackson and Jalen Hurts. I don't know if you saw this, but FanDuel posted on X a pretty amazing graphic about Lamar Jackson and Jalen Hurts. It was a comparison of them in 5 different categories. And holy cow, Jalen Hurts comes out on top in these 5 different categories. Let me explain. Number of wins: 46 for Jalen Hurts, 45 for Lamar Jackson. Passing yards per game: 190.5, 174.4 for Lamar Jackson. Total touchdowns: 140 for Jalen Hurts, 125 for Lamar Jackson. Both have 2 Pro Bowl selections. One, Jalen Hurts, has played in 2 conference title games. Headed to his second Super Bowl, Jalen Hurts. Isn't this amazing? And it made me think, well, hold on. Are we underrating Jalen Hurts because he's in no one's top 5 quarterback rankings? Or are we overrating Lamar Jackson, who may be on the verge of winning his 3rd MVP trophy? Makes you wonder. Here's the other layer to my argument. Is Lamar Jackson being overvalued because he comes off more, as Ryan Clark would say, authentically black? I would say Lamar Jackson, who I like, and I'm not saying this as a criticism. What Ryan Clark really means is Lamar Jackson comes off more authentically ghetto. His dialect, his way of speaking is more authentically ghetto. The tats, the cornrows, the hair, more authentically ghetto. Jalen Hurts comes off really polished, really like a stereotypical leader, and perhaps, because keep in mind, Ryan Clark has basically been arguing that because Lamar Jackson comes off authentically himself or authentically black or more of a representation of black culture, he's being punished. What if he's being rewarded because of that? Maybe we think Lamar Jackson is light years better than Jalen Hurts because he comes off more ghetto. Perhaps there's a privilege and a value to coming off ghetto as opposed to coming off polished as a black person. Perhaps the polished black person, perhaps Russell Wilson, Jalen Hurts, Dak Prescott, Patrick Mahomes, perhaps they're undervalued because there's a segment of the population or the people pulling the puppet strings. They want a more ghetto representation of blackness than a polished representation of blackness. Maybe that's the secret sauce. I'm not done with this yet. Stick with me. But for a second, I just want to tell you guys about a new game we're playing on Fearless. LOL on Fearless, listen or lose. It's an opportunity for you to win $100 in Bitcoin every Friday. It's sponsored by our great friends at the Fold app. I need you to do 2 things. Go to foldapp.com/Whitlock, sign up for the app. That's going to make you eligible to participate in our Listen or Lose contest every Friday around 11 a.m. Central Time. All you have to do is listen to the show all week, and we'll put you in a trivia game contest about what transpired on the show against 2 other competitors. There will be 3 of you all. Whoever answers the most questions correctly during our Listen or Lose trivia game wins $100 in Bitcoin from the Fold app. Go to foldapp.com/Whitlock, sign up for the app, then send Butter or myself an email at LOL on fearless@gmail.com. letting us know you want to participate in this contest, letting us know that you want an opportunity to win $100 in Bitcoin from Fold app. LOL on fearless@gmail.com. Now, back to my point about Lamar Jackson and Jalen Hurts. I want to be crystal clear here. Obviously, I'm a fan of Lamar Jackson. Upside. Upside lets you earn cash back on things you already buy, like gas and groceries. I've been using Upside when I fill up my tank or grab a meal. It's so simple and there's always a way to earn. With my cash back, I'm going to buy a pool table. Download the free Upside app today. On your first tank of gas, use promo code FEARLESS to get an extra 25 cents back on every gallon. Upside. Obviously, I'm someone that thinks Lamar Jackson is great, thinks that his contribution to the NFL is great, thinks that he's one of the most exciting players we have in the National Football League, but also think that he's perhaps getting more coverage and more conversation than the actual results on the field demand. Lamar Jackson has been a great regular season player, but he has not been a great postseason player, and he has not been someone that's advanced to a Super Bowl title, and that's usually a requirement for being in the conversation the way that he is, for being as much the center of attention of the NFL as he is, and I think that he's actually benefiting from being authentically black. As Ryan Clark hates saying that, and he says, I never said that, I've been misquoted. But we know what he's been saying. We know that he thinks Lamar Jackson is the blackest quarterback we've ever seen. And we know that Ryan Clark and others think there's this tremendous headwind and there's this penalty that Lamar Jackson's paying for being authentically Lamar Jackson or for being authentically black. Perhaps he's receiving a reward, no different than all the ghetto garbage rappers that somehow have been elevated to the top of the entertainment celebrity influencer chart. Perhaps that explains. You think Snoop Dogg's music is better than Usher's? You think Snoop Dogg's music is better than George Strait? You think it's better than Morgan Wallen? You think it's better than any? No, it's not. But he comes across as a thug and a gangbanger and stereotypically black. And so guess how he happens to be in virtually every commercial in America? He gets to be the host of virtually every show in America. He's the toast of the entertainment industry. He's the toast of celebrity influencers. He's the most lovable gangster Crip in the history of America. Perhaps there's a reward for being ghetto, not a penalty. I think that's crystal clear, and I'm sitting here amazed that it was FanDuel that made me realize this, that made me realize we're penalizing Jalen Hurts, we're penalizing Dak Prescott a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, had far better stats than Lamar Jackson. And his team, the Dallas Cowboys, 2 years ago, had a great record. Lamar Jackson won the MVP with weaker stats, far weaker stats than Dak Prescott. And now they've turned around this year and said, well, stats are the reason Lamar Jackson should win. When a year ago, stats didn't justify Dak Prescott winning, but now stats do justify Lamar Jackson winning. Being ghetto, there's a privilege to it in this new America that the music industry, the entertainment industry, the television industry has constructed. The more ghetto you are, the more thuggish you are, the more of a criminal rap sheet you have. And I'm not saying Lamar Jackson has any of those things, but Steven Jackson, Matt Barnes, Richard Sherman, all these guys that are getting all these jobs, they all got some dirt on them. So maybe that's a good thing in this upside down America. Think about it. Let me know what you think, and we'll see you next time. Like what you saw? Hit that like button, subscribe, and check out the full episode by clicking the link below.